Yo, so we're back with another replay, Plat 2 this time in 2v2s. Looking at Paul and I'm here with Sebi again. So
Hello.
let's go into it right now. See how Paul's doing.
Alright, can you go back?
Yes. Do you want me to slow it down or just play it normal?
No. Just like I think you don't need to have the ball cam on the boost all that long. Like just drive in the good direction, maybe do a front flip while going towards it, and then like put the ball cam back on again. Because you've no idea where the ball is going until you turn the ball cam on again.
That was actually
By
a
then,
really
it might
good point.
already happen.
That is a
And
really
then
good point.
You're definitely going to be slow in replying. Like if the ball would pinch towards the goal, you had no idea to react to it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, it's a kickoff, the most random things can happen. So if you're taking this long to grab that boost and at the same time you're not paying attention,
Like right here, you can already like turn on the ball cam again.
yeah.
Like just steer right, turn on the ball cam, do a front flip towards the boost, so you increase momentum a bit, and
Right.
you should be fine. Right, so this is Plat 2, right?
Yeah, this is Plat 2.
Okay. I wouldn't move big too much closer. Nice ball.
Oof.
Where the hell did that guy come from? I can't see shit here.
Yeah, it's a chaos anyway. Literally chaos. Oh my word.
Wait, can you go back? Because
Yeah.
I think you were shadowing way too far
That
away.
was a really weird play in its entirety.
Like you have way too much momentum right now. You can just wait there until he catches the ball and then. Yeah. Also, you don't want to turn around and face the ball whenever you're like in the goal.
Right. So
I'm not a fan of that either.
let's start from the very beginning. What could have been done to change this? Number one, you're too far for the play. You got demoed here, which is perfectly fine. You're far away, but you've got to make your best effort to go back to the play as soon as you can. So right now you want to go towards this ball, and if you drive into it and you see that you're not going to be able to get a consistent hit, or they're going to get it before you, then you can turn around and start shadowing. But you start shadowing way too early right now, and you're a bit too far away to do anything, and you keep going. Like if I was you right now, just stop moving, wait for him to come closer, so then there's a little bit less space between you two and you can challenge if you need him. But if you don't stop, if you just keep driving forward, you're gonna keep that space, and it's impossible for you to challenge if he makes a mistake. So it was a good idea to start shadowing. Like you went closer, good. You see that you're not gonna get it, good. So you turn around, good. But then you keep driving forward. Like right here, it's a good idea to just stop, let him come closer. So if he does make a mistake, you're there to punish it. But right now, if he fucks up, you're all the way in your goal and you can't do anything. So it's a good idea to stay a bit closer to me instead of coming all the way back.
The idea about shadowing is basically you want to apply pressure to your opponent. So you want to make your opponent think that you can challenge him at any time, which makes it very uncomfortable for him to dribble with the ball or do anything with the ball, because it makes him want to shoot the ball as soon as possible. And at the same time, you want to be far away enough to be able to save the ball if he shoots or flips it.
Right. Exactly.
But you don't want to be too far away, because then you're just giving him space and you don't apply the pressure anymore.
Exactly.
And then he can just do whatever he wants. Hence the goal.
Well said.
We should make a shadowing tutorial on the...
That would be a good idea. I actually wanted to make a wall tutorial as well as a shadowing.
Oh, definitely do that.
Let's rewind a couple of years back to what the fuck was that? Okay, so... Alright, so first things first. You go for the kickoff. Great. Normal, bumped, normal, you will go for boost, normal. So you take a bit too long getting the boost and you don't look what's behind you again. So that's another thing. Second thing, what's going on? Okay, now from what I can see, that's a bit ball chasing. Because, I'll tell you why. You're doing the correct thing by being in this position now. But when it becomes a problem is when you start driving towards your teammate. Because what it's gonna do is you're gonna be in this position here, and you end up in this position. And if you look at it from the camera's perspective right now, the only thing you can see is the wall. The only place you can put it is on the wall, which is essentially if you hit it, it's gonna bounce off the wall into the center again, and they can shoot it in. And you can't really defend it. If you control the ball, you can only control it towards your goal. Again, this is a position where you can't do anything from. So right here is a good place, because if it does go to mid, you can take it, shoot it, clear it, whatever, or you can go back.
I do
if you
think
need
this
to.
place is a tiny bit too far away, though.
Of course, he's gonna
He's-
keep driving
oh.
forward, and that's why he's gonna
Yeah.
put him in the right position. But he goes a bit too far forward, too close to his teammate. So where you are right now is a good place, but like you had this problem the other time where you were in a good position, but you kept driving forward, and it put you out of position. So just sort of when when you feel like in the right space, like right now, is not not a bad place to be in. So just sit here and wait until something happens, because your teammate's there already to put pressure. If you can see him on the right of the screen, he's driving towards the ball. He's gonna challenge it. So there's no need for you to be there. You can just sit here, see what happens. But now it's really awkward for you to defend because you're facing the wall, like I said. It's really awkward.
Can you go back a little bit?
Yep. Do you want me to slow it down or?
No need to slow down. Like right
Okay.
before the moment he starts driving backwards. A little bit.
Okay.
Just keep playing now.
So he gets bumped a little bit.
But you got
Yeah.
bumped. Like right here, you can do a half flip. This is a perfect position to do a half flip. That way you're aimed towards the goal, which is good because then you can shadow.
Right.
You'll have a bit more momentum. You can do whatever you want, and you're not driving backwards, which is something you want to avoid at all costs.
Right.
99% of the time.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing to point out. Half flip is definitely possible, especially you have 93 boost.
Yeah.
Half flip should be more than enough to get back into the speed.
And it also gives you a better position to like block
Of
the
course.
ball or do
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you want to do. I'm definitely not a fan of staying in goal for the kickoff, but that's me.
Yeah.
I guess it's safe.
Alright, it's a bit panicky. Oh, again, you're taking a bit too long. Like we see this quite a lot now. Like disregarding that play entirely. Like just have a look at this again. You're just not paying attention to what's going on around you at all. Like if that ball suddenly came to you, something happened. I don't know. Jesus came and just kicked the ball towards you. You would have no idea.
Sorry, can I go back a little bit further?
Yes.
Okay, that's a bit too far. Can you play?
Okay, I'll put it on 50%. Is that right? Or do you want it 100?
No, 100 is fine.
Okay.
So it's not bad. Okay. Like right here, you do a front flip. I don't know if you know how to do it already, but I would definitely prefer a wave dash if you want to make some momentum or like change your position a bit. Because when you do a wave dash, you still have complete control over the ball, of your car. Yeah.
Right.
So if something happens, like right now, you're basically too far because the ball drops right as you do the front flip. And you can't do anything about it. You can't turn around to pick up the ball.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, right now you could have just turned around and hit it. Yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you mean.
So yeah, but because you did the front flip, you're turning around way too late. You're too far from the ball by now, and therefore your challenge also misses because the opponents can react to it sooner than you do.
Right.
But yeah, it's a small thing. If you don't know how to do a wave dash, it's all good. Can we go back for that?
Yeah. I think I could have pointed out another time where you didn't pay attention to what's happening around you again. I think right here you were like, fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'm
Yeah,
outta here."
wait. Can I go back? And
Yeah.
then pause at the moment he's like about to turn off the ball cap.
Yeah. So right now. Right now.
Right now, yeah. So basically, what I would do here is I wouldn't turn around and go back because my teammate is still in control of the ball. Like he can still do quite a lot with it, and it seems as if he's gonna shoot it or dribble it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would go to the side, to the center of the field, because you don't want to be on the same side of the field here.
Right.
I would also take off the ball cam to like quickly scan where the boost pads are.
Right.
But
That's
I would aim slightly towards their goal rather than going back, because if you go away from the goal, you're completely out of the play.
right.
And basically, you're letting him 1v2, and he's also used quite a lot of boost, so chances are very unlikely that he's going to score from it, and chances are very likely that they're going to take control, and you're back to 0.
Right. Another thing I can add to that is everything you said was correct. So you want to go more towards the goal rather than the mid. So, and you also mentioned the taking off your ball cam to look around for the small boost pads. If you look here, like there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, right?
Yeah.
That's about 30 boost, and you probably have about 10, so that's about 40, 50 boost just by doing nothing, right?
Yeah, those are the ones I was referring to.
Right, so that's perfect because if you look even more closely, your teammate has the ball. The ball is moving quite fast. You can see the trail. That means it's probably going to be a quick play. So you need to get there as soon as you can. The other thing to mention is this guy is driving towards that side and this guy is driving towards that side. If you remember correct, when you were in that awkward position where you're facing the ball and you can't really do anything, both of them are in the exact same position. The only way that they can challenge this is if they backflip. It's going to be a terrible challenge because the ball is moving forward. And this guy is right behind it, so they're going to lose the 50-50 every single time. The ball is probably going to just go up there somewhere and drop down mid. That's probably the most possible solution that could happen.
So basically, this situation is actually very advantageous.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
It's a very great situation. The only downside is that you're a bit low on boost, and
Right.
as a result, you decide to completely cancel the entire offensive play, even though you're in a great situation.
Right.
Which is
So
a bit-
it's
It's a bit of a shame.
it's sort of not being able to realize that the opportunity is there, but you're like, oh, well, I guess I don't have boost, so I'm going to go back. Even though that's not really a problem. Like, you can just drive in a straight line, just do a little zigzag and take some boost. It's more than enough. Like, if the ball is right here, you don't need more than 10 boost to grab it. And you have 40, 50 boost, so, like, you know, that's more than enough. If you come here, right, the ball goes up, whatever, you're here, you got your 50 boost, and you can see that it's not gonna happen. Like, they're gonna save it easily. Okay, then turn around, but you don't need to make the decision right now before the play even happens that you want to go back.
Yeah,
Just
but
stay
he's not
closer.
he's not turning around because the opponents are in control of the ball.
Right.
He's turning around purely because he doesn't have
Right,
boost.
right. So
it's a bit-
maybe there's
Oh,
more
and
to
one
do
more-
with
one-
being able comfortable with playing without boost. What were you gonna
One
say?
more thing. It happens a tiny bit later, but you're taking off the ball cam for so long. Like right here. Like,
Yeah.
that's almost like 2 seconds of absolutely no idea what's going on. In a situation where they have a very likely chance to take control of the ball because you cancelled the offensive play. So if you don't know what you're doing, if you just drive straight with the ball cam off, just, tap it back and forth once or twice.
Right, so then you can sort of glance at what's going on around you while still minding your own business. Another thing I saw as well, while you turned off your ball cam, as Sebi mentioned, you're sort of just minding your own business in midfield. The other thing I
Driving
noticed,
straightforward.
yeah, you literally drive in a straight line and you don't even make any effort to pick up any boost pads. Like right here, there's 3. You took 1.
Also, if you're gonna drive forward, try to increase your momentum. Like if your idea is to just drive forward and you didn't have any else in mind because you kept the ball cam off, just do a front flip if that's what you want to do.
That's exactly what he did right as you mentioned it.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
quite funny.
It's good. Visualize.
So what you do right now, this is great.
Yeah, that's
Keep doing that.
Also, your ball cam is off way too long.
Yeah. That's probably something you really want to focus on.
Focus.
Just make
Yeah.
sure you're paying attention to what's around you when you're going for boost.
Because otherwise, like the moment you turn off your ball cam, you're in a completely new situation. When you turn it back on again.
Right.
A lot of
So,
a lot of
yeah.
stuff happens.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to completely reorganize where everyone is and your entire mindset. So
Right.
basically, the game becomes a lot easier if you don't have ball cam off that long.
Right. It's sort of like imagine a boulder being thrown at you and you can only react to it right before it hits your face. Right? You're only seeing what's happening right before it happens. But if you're spending the entire time looking at what's happening, you have less time to react to it. Sorry, more time to react to it because you already know what's going on.
Mhm.
So that's a
And
really
on top
great
of
point.
that, and on top of that, the like you have to see it a bit as a video. Instead of like separate pictures, you can see it as a video, and you can just kind of think in your head what's going on, even if you have your bottom off. But if you have your bottom off for too long, then the entire thing breaks down.
Right.
You have to recover. Oh wow, getting a bit of a leg spot. That's fine.
Ah, well.
Alright, can we pause it here? I kind of wanted to wait for the play to finish, but
Yeah, it was a whole lot of turning around back and forth.
I don't know, my screen was rather laggy, so I didn't really know where your teammate was positioning wise.
Not that much better than Paul.
I think you have to go back even further.
I think we do have to go back even further. Where did this all begin?
Yeah,
So
I think
let-
around here.
So they make an offensive play, they flick you, and I think this is where it begins. They just keep going at
Yeah.
you and at you. Right. So let's see.
So I think you could have picked up like 2 or 3 boost pads while making that turn already.
Let's figure out why you got flicked in the first place. You had the ball.
Alright.
So, okay. So here, all right. So this is something that's actually a problem in the higher ranks quite a lot. Is there you go. You see this picture in your face right now. Your teammate is fucking in China, miles away off the map. You don't know where he is, and you just went for the ball and you gave them the ball. Right now, there is nobody on your team who's putting pressure on the ball. So, and you're the closest one to the ball. So that you automatically have to give yourself the mindset that you have to put the pressure on the ball immediately. Doesn't matter how much boost you have. Doesn't matter where they are, what they're doing, how much boost they have. Doesn't matter. Jump towards the ball, get in their face, and make it hard for them to do anything. If you just side flipped right now or diagonal flipped towards the middle of the field to just try and get in their way, that would be perfect. Like you try and stop what they're doing at least, but you just take yourself out of the play again by not watching what's around you, turning off that ball cam, just making your entire game to get that boost. Oh, gotta get the boost.
Wait, so, can you go back a tiny bit again?
Yeah.
Like
So
right when he misses the ball.
so he goes up for this,
Yeah, that's fine.
missed opportunity. Then you whiff it down mid.
Okay.
And now I would dodge towards the
recovery is-
ball right now.
Mhm.
Immediately. Instead of doing
Okay,
this.
wait, can you pause there? Wait,
Yep.
go back, pause the moment he turns off the ball cam.
Okay.
I just want to clarify.
Bam.
Okay, stop. So right here, you know exactly where you're gonna go. I think the middle boost is bugged, so that should
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
The middle boost is not there.
Okay, so you know exactly where you're gonna go. You're aimed towards it, right? And it's 3:18. I don't know. It's a bit
Mhm.
blurry. Okay. Can you press the play button?
Okay, it's 3:18. I know what you're gonna say.
Basically, what's going on right now?
You wasted about 5 seconds of it. You have no idea what's happened for 5 seconds.
It's a bit much, and the thing
Yeah.
is, you knew exactly where you were gonna go, so there was absolutely no need to have the ball cam off anymore.
Right, because you're literally going in a straight line. You don't need to
Yeah.
touch your controller. Just hold accelerate and just
Maybe
Do
do a
it.
front flip once or twice.
right.
And
So
maybe like if you get close to the boost, you can turn it off to quickly correct a bit, and then turn it back on. That's fine.
right. But yeah, wasting way too much time paying attention.
Also, I
at
think
nothing.
in this turn, you could have picked like 1 or 2 small pads to get you back up to 100.
Yeah.
Like there's no need to be this much in field. You can like you're basically recovering for the fact that you took such a quick turn now.
Yeah.
But it's a small thing.
Okay, so let's talk about why you constantly got bad in defense. So the first thing that caused this to happen, like right now, the reason was because you went for that boost for 5 seconds rather than putting pressure on the ball. That was the reason why this is happening.
Yeah.
Next, you make a decent clear. He's not gonna get to that ball very easily. What's gonna happen now is if I slow down to 25%. The guy, you can see the guy's boosting towards the ball. There's no way in heaven or hell that you're gonna beat him to this ball.
Yeah.
And you have quite a bit of boost. 36 is more than enough. What I would do right now is I would rotate back. Because if you stay here, you're gonna be underneath the ball. You're gonna be in this position. I really love to show this to people because you're just underneath the ball. You can see the beautiful sky and the underneath of the ball. That's all you're gonna see, and it's beautiful. You don't know where your teammate is. You don't know where these two are. All you know is how the underside of the ball looks, and it's fantastic. Like, you can stay around this area and do nothing, and your teammate is just sitting here, be like, or you can go back here and let your teammate push up, and he can see everything. He can see the ball. He can see what they're doing. He can jump up and challenge, and you're gonna be in his position right after because you're rotating, and then you can rotate, as it's called. It's perfect. It works. Instead of this,
Also, it's very important to rotate towards the right in this situation.
Right.
Like I see a lot of people in Platinum, and especially in Diamond, that would rotate towards the left here because the
Oh,
ball's
yeah.
on the left.
Yeah, right. I see what you mean.
So, like, can you put player cam on again?
Yeah. Which button is it now? There you go.
Yeah, okay. So people would, you're basically doing the same because you wanted to chase for the ball.
Right.
Because I assume you thought you might still be able to get it, or maybe get a block off, which is, I guess you could try to get a block off.
Right.
If you go for it. I wouldn't go for it, but yeah.
Right.
But I definitely would rotate towards the right here, and then back towards the back post,
Right.
or the far post, whatever you want to call it.
So
Definitely don't rotate towards the left.
if we break it down from the beginning, just to give an example, right here, as soon as you see you're not gonna make it before him, turn this way, and go to back post.
Yeah, because if you turn to the left, you're going to collide with your teammate, and you're basically forcing either your teammate to stay back and do nothing, so you're taking your teammate out of the play, or you're kind of creating a double commit in the defense, which is something you want to avoid at all costs. Because that basically gives openness for your opponents.
The other thing, I don't know if you remember from the very beginning of the video, is this picture. You're gonna turn
it's a
to.
good reminder. You don't want to face the wall with the ball in front of you.
Yeah, it's a really good pointer, like to see if you're rotating correctly. If you rotate, then you're in this position, and you can see the beautiful wall. You're probably doing it wrong. But if you rotate this way, you're gonna be back in this position where you can see everything again. But if you come here, you're facing your goal again. The only place you can put it is at the wall or towards your goal, and that's not gonna be helpful for you or anyone. Except maybe the other team, sure. But you're in this position where you can't do anything. On top of that, like Sebi said, you're gonna get in his way, and it's just a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. But if you just rotate away from the ball, you're in a perfect position to do anything you want. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Actually,
to point out.
because I think Paul is going to the left here after this challenge.
Yep, and he's in the beautiful sky position.
Yeah. Can you play it a little bit further?
Yep. Need me to slow it down or full speed?
Yeah, slow it down a bit. 50%.
Alright.
Or 25%. What is his teammate doing right now? Can you pause it here?
His teammate is just doing what's happening? Yeah, he's just looking at the ball.
His teammate is basically in the right position, but this is the position where you should have been in.
Yeah, this is the place
and his teammate, his teammate can see everything what's going on right now.
And if we look at what you're doing, we see the beautiful sky position.
Yeah, so you want to avoid the sky position at all costs.
At all costs.
And that rotationing thing is definitely the difference between Diamond and Champion.
For sure.
It seems like a small nitpick, but if you do that consistently correctly, the game becomes so much easier. Wait, can you go back? Sorry, started a bit. Okay, how far back is this? Can't remember.
I just want to point it out.
Never mind, just keep playing. Oh yeah, right. In that situation, turn off the ball cam. Can you go back and slow down to 50%? Or
Yep.
Yeah, 50 should be enough. Yeah, here. Wait, this is his teammate.
Yep.
We're not viewing Paul anymore.
Oh shit. Oh, here we go.
Actually, I kind of want to make a point of that, anyways.
Oh, you want me to go back?
Who's the guy who got the ball in his car earlier? Was that his teammate or was that Paul?
I have no idea. Let's go back.
I just play the 100% and we'll see.
All right. Okay, we're in pole now.
Okay, nice.
This is not 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so we can see the sky. All nice. Yeah, okay, wait. Can you go back 5 seconds, then put it on 50% and go to the teammate. This has nothing to do with you, Paul, but maybe a general tip for anyone in plat. Okay, so basically you have the ball in front of you. Turn off the ball cam right here. Okay, pause it. Like, can you turn the camera so that you can basically see it as if it was, as if ball cam was off? Like, if you have ball cam off, you can have an almost perfect view of your opponent, and you can also still see the ball. So there is no need to have ball cam on. And if you want to react to your opponent directly ahead of you, you have to have ball cam off, because then you can see what's going on, and you can hit the ball way before he can actually hit it. So if you want to outplay people, turn off ball cam in these kind of situations.
Right. Exactly.
Like, can you play it with this camera for a second?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
right
he
now,
had no
could-
idea he was coming. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So if he had just jumped once, the ball would have gone past the opponent, and that could have instantly be a goal because the other teammate was also behind him. It's small details like that. If you just practice it a little bit.
Yeah, he had no idea the guy was coming. If he just
Yeah.
turned it off, he would have had every knowledge.
Okay, back to Paul. Cool. That's a nice finish. That should be a goal.
Okay, decent.
Oh, it is. Okay, nice. Wait, is it still on 50%? Okay, never mind. Again, I would have front flipped into the boost, not just straight. I guess I've mentioned it a few times.
Yeah.
Also, I would have definitely gone for that challenge.
Which one?
This one. Like you're basically like if you hadn't break down earlier.
Okay, let's put it on 50, 25.
Yeah, 25 actually. Okay, so you jump here. I don't know why. Don't do that. You miss about here.
Gotta get the 8 boost. Necessary.
But like you can't respond to what's going on. Okay, so basically you break here. Can you stop it?
Mhm.
If you hadn't braked it here, you would have been in front of your opponent. You could have definitely 100% certainly hit that ball before your opponent does. And since your other opponent is making the play, you've basically outplayed 2 people by just continuing driving forward. But because you slow down, your opponent is now ahead of you, which makes the ball very awkward for you to react to, because you know he ends up braking as well, so you could have still gone for it. But yeah, if you hadn't done this small break here, the entire situation would have been a lot better.
Right.
So try to avoid braking when there's no need to.
Ah, right here, you
That,
definitely could have jumped
still
up.
went for it. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, when have been both of them outplayed at the exact same moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good thing to point out.
So basically, it's noticing that your opponents are making a very risky play and punishing them for it. Yeah, not much you could do afterwards because you were in a very awkward position. Also, wait, can you go back?
Yes.
Because I was thinking about it. You don't like. Okay, so yeah, let it play for like half a second more. Yeah, here. So basically, if you decide not to go for the ball, which you end up deciding, just turn around and rotate back. You don't want to be in this position at all anymore.
Right.
Basically, for the reasons Ben said earlier, because you're gonna have the ball in the wall right in front of you, or above you, and you can't do anything. You're basically completely out of the play if you go back into the corner, like this. so you don't want to do that. You want to be here. That way you could have actually saved the ball. Like just play the situation from this perspective. Like if you had turned around here, you would have been back here by now. I think. You could have waited. You could have shot. You could have cleared this instead of your teammate.
Easily.
Definitely.
Easily. You had the view of everything that's going on.
So yeah, that's why you want to rotate back, and you just the moment you notice you're in a position like that, just cancel everything, rotate back.
Right.
It's not always the best idea to do, but it's 9 out of 10 times it's definitely.
It's
the better
definitely worth to get used to it as well. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
you're gonna get used to the mindset that you have to rotate back when you're out of the play, and eventually when you do it enough times, it's gonna click that sometimes you're not doing it at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's gonna come naturally by itself.
Yeah, so the bases should be rotating back, and the rare cases should be, well, experience based.
Right.
Wait, can you go back on the kickoff? I don't know. I love kickoffs.
Okay.
It's probably something minor, but yeah, let it go. So you go for it. Pause here. Okay, go to your teammate. There we go. You can definitely hear him boost.
Definitely.
I think you can also hear him jump. I don't know. It's not my game, so I think Ben can.
Yeah. Definitely.
can, confirm that or deny that.
Yep.
If you hear a boost and if you hear a jump, don't go for this ball anymore. The ball is right above you. You can't do anything about it. On top of that, if you turned off ball cam, you could have seen that your opponent. Actually, you didn't even need to turn off ball cam. You could have seen it while you were going for the kickoff. Your other opponent. Can you go to your opponent? Actually, go back to the start of the kickoff. I mentioned something. Sorry, it's something that I never see people talk about. It's quite interesting. Like, when you go for the kickoff, don't only look at the ball, don't only look at what your direct opponent is doing, but also look at what your other opponent is doing. So can you play it on 50%? Okay, so what is your other opponent? He's going for the corner boost. Right, so the moment the ball pops up or drops, you only have to pay attention to your direct opponent. If he tries to like challenge the ball or something, then you can go for it for a block or something. But right now, you know your opponent is never going to hit that ball, and you hear jump and boost from behind you. So your teammate has 100% a clear shot in mind. And you know there is no reason to go for that ball at all, you can't see anything. So don't go for that one.
Good conclusion. I like it. But yeah, I totally agree. Definitely.
I'm hearing Irving. Sorry. I am not too much a fan of being so far behind, but. Okay, I can definitely go back. Okay, so this is bad in the first place. You don't want to be this far back. Like even if you don't know whether your opponent or your teammate is going to hit the ball first. Anyways. Okay, so you want to challenge this and put this in the corner as soon as you can. Don't go for some weird line game.
I think what happened here was, you did the right thing starting to shadow. So you did this. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but you're shadowing no
it.
one. There's no one in the ball. So basically what I would do here is, can you pause it here?
Yeah.
Instead of doing a diagonal flip to the right, I think this is? Yeah, this?
Yeah.
I would do a diagonal flip to the left and like get closer to the ball. There's no need for you not to be close to the ball at this point. That way you have low boost, so you want to get the ball away from the goal as soon as possible in a position which is easy to defend, which is 100% your corner. On top of that, there's 100% boost in the corner, so you not only maintain control of the ball, you are in a good position, and you can actually turn it around relatively quickly and make a play of your own. But instead, you keep your distance from the ball. As a result, you're just giving up free control to the Dragon Dandy.
Yeah.
And I still think there is. Wait, can you play it?
Yeah. Before I play it, I want you to have a look at his momentum. A really interesting thing happens right after you make this jump. Like literally right as you land, an interesting thing happens. Just pay really close
you don't
attention.
land properly.
No, you break. That's what happened.
No. He
Ever
didn't
so
land
suddenly
properly.
he braked.
He didn't land properly. His car was a little bit to the left, and that slowed down his momentum. And then he turned even more, which slowed down his momentum even more.
Oof.
So
That's
instead
a
of
lot
turning away from the ball again, like it can happen if you do a diagonal flip. Sometimes you don't land properly. A little bit further, because I don't understand why you would turn away from the ball there. Can you put it on like 25%? Pause here. Ah, a little bit too late.
Okay, now.
Yeah, okay, 25. That's good. Okay, and pause here. Okay, so basically you're okay. So your diagonal flip didn't go well. It happens, but you're still in a perfect position to do like a front flip, block the ball, get it towards the corner. It's all fine. Okay, play it again. And
You
pause
turn away
here.
again.
I don't understand this turn at all. That's the. This basically cost the goal. This turn to the right here.
Yeah. You could have
Now
definitely
you're
gotten back to
panicking,
it.
and then you have to do a weird flip and try to block a non-existing shot, and then it went.
Yeah.
But
Goes
yeah,
downhill from there.
like, mechanical errors happen all the time. It's good to learn how to. Okay, we go back to that. This has to be a panic jump. I don't want any other explanation. This-
But look at the other guy, he's turtling inside the goal, look at him.
Okay.
What is happening?
Wow, this is genius. Now this kind of stuff ends as well. It's good that you stay and
Jesus,
nice
that
hit.
guy was nuts.
for platinum, definitely. Apologies. Okay, can you go back? It's a small
Yeah.
thing. I don't really know if it's something that people should work on, but I guess you can never work on it so much. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I don't know why you're driving. Looks fancy though. I have to give style points. So. Okay, so. Okay, never mind. I thought you could maybe front flip into it here, but.
Yeah,
Wait, how many boosts did you miss?
quite a few. Quite a few.
Okay, but that's something you don't have to worry that much about.
That was almost a grand champion fake. Just right here. Oh my god.
That would have faked the best.
It definitely would have faked. It would have faked me for sure. If I saw you go up for this and you made this small jump, I would have flown across the goal all the way to the other side of the map, trying
But
to
the
block
problem
that.
is you're not playing against grand champions, so
Right.
they're not gonna. Especially in platinum, they have no idea what you're doing. They just see the ball and they want to hit the ball.
They have no idea what they are doing, so let alone you.
So only go for fakes if they have a lot of momentum.
Right,
Let me put it like that.
that's a good point.
Or unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend any plat doing fakes. Sorry. I don't like this position at all.
Yeah, this positioning is good. Oh, you're waiting now. If you did that the entire game, you would have played a lot better.
Yeah, basically, wait, can you go back?
Yeah.
Right before the goal is actually being made.
Oh, well, it's a bit too far.
Well, but this is all good.
Yeah, so this is a good
Very
example
nice.
of what you should be doing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's good that you rotated inwards.
Yeah, so if you remember correctly, the other times you were here.
Well, once you were here, and the other times you were. Can you go all the way to the right?
Hold on.
Yeah. So basically, the other times you were here.
Yeah. This is the perfect position to be in.
Yeah. And the angle of your car is very nice.
Yeah.
Because if something happens, you can instantly drive towards it and score the goal. If something else happens, you can turn around and get back. But can you pause here? Oh. A little bit too late. just to show what being patient can do. A tiny bit later. Like right after he hits the ball. Okay, a little bit longer. A little bit longer. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice bump. But yeah, basically you got here a free situation where you can score the goal just because you're patient. If you had rushed in and tried to control the ball or tried to hit the ball away from the enemy, the ball would have bounced backwards and you would have created a very shitty situation for yourself.
Mm.
So as long as the ball is at the wall and there's a teammate there, don't get involved. Okay.
It's interesting. That's a good
Yeah, no,
challenge.
but I guess I mean it's still platinum, so.
I really love this challenge. You fucked up on the shot here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Whiff's a whiff.
It's good that you stay forward as well.
This challenge right here is absolutely perfect. I would not see a better challenge in platinum if I tried. The reason is, if you remember, like right in the middle of the replay when we were looking, where you should have challenged the ball because your teammate was nowhere near it. Like I said, there has to be someone putting pressure on the ball.
Where
Right
is
now-
your teammate right now?
He
Oh, sorry.
just got
Okay,
bumped. He's in the
okay.
air. He's
Okay.
chilling.
Yeah.
So there has to be someone putting pressure on the ball, and normally you just go back and get some boost and just let them do whatever because you don't care what they're doing. But this challenge right here completely and entirely kills their offense. Like the guy's like, yeah, counterattack, full boost, clearing it all the way, let's go. And then Paul's like, nope, going back to your net, and that just
Actually, can you go back? Because
completely fucks him up.
a little bit further.
Okay.
Oh no, not back further. Sorry, my bad. Yeah,
Oh.
a little bit further. Okay, so can you pause right here? Okay. Can you take the perspective of the dragon guy?
Oh yeah.
So can you see how dangerous this situation is for you guys, for Orange? If this guy can control the ball or flip it over you guys, your teammate, like I can't see his name, the orange teammate of Paul, is still recovering.
Mhm.
Paul is in quite a bad situation if he doesn't go for the challenge. So if Blue can get time to control this ball or shoot it upward, they basically have a very good chance to score.
Mhm.
So turning around and challenging this ball is not only something that's really good, but it also takes out like the danger from the entire situation that arose just now.
Exactly, because you have no
If
boost.
that makes sense.
If he controls this ball, you're not gonna be able to defend with 0 boost, facing your
Yeah.
net, going backward. You're not
Yeah.
even positioned. You don't have boost, and you're facing the wrong way entirely. There's nothing you can do.
And you don't know where your teammate was because he was just getting bumped.
Right.
So it's a really dangerous situation. So it's very good that you made that challenge.
Right.
Oh wait, but actually.
Well, there you go.
Okay, that's a bit lucky though, but yeah.
Calculated.
Oh, the ball cam.
Yeah, that ball cam really needs changing. Oh my word. Oh my word. I don't want to watch this. Sebe, you can comment on this. I don't want to see this again.
Okay, so you want to stop there. Wait, go back a tiny bit. You don't want to be all the way in the front post because you have the entire goal behind you. You don't want to. You want that. Basically, you want to stop at the back post because that way you can. Well, not exactly at the back post, but you want to have your entire goal covered. You can't cover the things that are behind you. At least you can't cover it that well.
So if you have a look from this perspective,
Mhm.
he shoots the ball. The places where you can't save is this area here.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. You can't, because you're boosting towards that direction, right? You can only save this part. You can't boost backwards, right? So you can't save this area. But if you're in the back post, you can double jump up, save this bit, and you can boost to every side of the goal when you're in this
Yeah.
position.
And especially when they come from an angle, it's quite nice to stay in the back.
Yeah.
At the back post because they have to cross that distance from the front post. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the ball it's very difficult for the. It takes a long time for the ball to reach the close post from this angle.
Right.
Instead of when they come from right front, they can shoot in every direction. Anyways, go to the
Yeah.
back post.
The reason why this really made me cringe is because it's coming right at you.
Also, you don't ever want to face goal inwards.
That is true. But you boost you let's put in 5% just to take this moment in. The ball is coming at you very slowly, as you can tell.
Oh, it's on 5%.
It's coming very slowly, and you're boosting away from it.
Wait, actually, can you go back a tiny bit?
Oh my
not
word.
far. Yeah, okay, from the shot. Go to free cam or fly, whatever. it's called,
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, now go to the back post and look at the same shot again.
Right. So imagine if you were here.
And put ball cam on. So aim your camera at the ball. No, stay
How do I
here.
do that?
Just aim your camera.
Oh, right.
Towards. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so look at how easy this ball is to save from this angle.
You just.
And now go back to your.
You literally
your
just jump up and hit it, right?
Yeah.
Drive in a straight line, jump and.
So the main reason we're saying these things is because it actually makes the game a lot easier to play.
Right, you're making things harder for yourself by putting yourself in this position.
Yeah. And when the game is easier to play, it becomes more fun.
Mhm.
And you become better. So it's a win-win.
Exactly.
But yeah, don't face the goal when you're defending. Either face one of the posts or face a little bit outwards.
Yeah.
don't completely face outwards. It's also no good. Wait, can you go back again? Go from the perspective of your teammate, of his teammates, sorry. That's yeah. Okay, can you play the kickoff? I want to see what his perspective is. What the? Yeah, okay, that's why it took so long. Okay, never mind. Go back.
Now we know.
It's good that you challenged them.
Oh.
Actually, wait. Can you pause it for a second?
Yeah.
You don't have to go back, right? But there is a button. I don't know if you have it assigned to something, but you can press the button and you can instantly look backwards.
Oh. Yeah.
But like when you do the kickoff. Well, I
We don't
don't
even
know
see it
what's
here.
full. Anyways, there's definitely a button. Go look it up. People have a different. Can you go back to the kickoff? Like right when the ball drops. After the kickoff. A little bit back. Yeah, here. And play. Do.
Right now.
Okay, so the ball stops. If you press the look backwards button, just really quickly once. Wait, can you play it a little bit further?
You can see where your teammate is.
Mm-hmm. And then you could have seen that your teammate was coming or not, but it's just a small trick that I like to use whenever I do a kickoff and it drops. I look backwards just for a split second to see if my teammate is driving towards me or not, and then I know what to do, whether I should block the ball, go for the ball, or go for boost. Whatever.
It's like having eyes at the back of your head.
Yeah.
Never
But you
a
only
bad
need
thing.
it. You only need it for a split second, just to see if your teammate is either at the corner. If he's at the corner, definitely go for a block or try to take control of the ball. If he's not, if he's actually driving towards you, you might consider like leaving the ball for him.
Yeah. Double
It's small.
committing is not very good.
Yeah, takes your teammates out of the play always.
Exactly. And yourself.
Yeah, either you or your teammate. Okay, a lot of stuff happened and I didn't.
A lot of stuff happened. Bloody hell. How long was this replay?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, I even forgot to press record.
Nah, you're joking.
Yeah, I am. Shut up! How did you know? I hate you.
No.
Alright, well,
Nah.
well, anything else to conclude on before we finish? Because I don't
yeah.
even remember the amount of things we talked about.
Okay, so basically, when you take off the ball cam, don't take it off for too long. I think you're missing a lot of valuable information that way.
Right.
Whenever you go for boost or whenever you know exactly where you're going towards, try to do a front flip. Try to do. I'd recommend learning the wave dash because it's very great. Because doing a wave dash allows you to keep control of your car. It's a little bit slower than a front flip, but at ranks platinum and diamond, you don't have to worry about those things. So try and learn the wave dash. It's not all that difficult, and it helps in a lot of situations that you find yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
Try to avoid the ball above your car at all costs. Whenever you feel like you're in a situation where you're completely out of the play, rotate backwards. Always rotate away from the play.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was there?
Another thing I can remember was the few times where you were really far away from the play. So the ball is here,
Yeah.
and you'll be all the way in your goal. Just
Yeah.
the one time where you were really close and you're just sort of being patient and seeing what's happening. Maybe I'll go for it. Maybe I'll go back, see what happens. That's perfect. That's what you want to do. Like
Yep.
you want to just sort of stick around and drive in a circle. And if an opportunity comes up, open net, okay, turn and score. Nothing comes up, you just keep driving forward in a circle. You keep that momentum, keep that speed. Nothing happens, all right, I'll go back. But you don't want to do one or the other. Like you don't want to always commit to it because then you're bullet chasing. You don't always want to
Yeah.
go back because then you're too passive. But if you're right in the middle, can do both things at the same time. That's fine. Perfect.
So now that I think about it, basically ball cam issues, going in straight lines without doing anything, avoid that. The pressure thing, or like driving with your teammate a little bit forward. What else was there? Oh yeah, right. Rotation. Like whenever you're in a play that you don't want to be in, just rotate back to the far post always, and try to pick up some boost while doing it.
Right.
And that's kind of it, I think.
Oh, I think there's one more.
Oh.
When you're rotating back, sometimes your teammate is too far away. So say you've just made a play on their side of the field, and it didn't
Oh, yeah,
work.
yeah.
And your teammate's too far away. Instead of rotating back, like we just said, oh yeah, you rotate back always. You're not in the play, you rotate back. That's not always the case. Sometimes your teammate's too far to rotate in. So that means you don't need to rotate out. You continue applying pressure on the ball. Otherwise, they just have so much free time and space to do anything they want.
Yeah, I agree, but I think that becomes more of an issue or a thing to work on when you get a little bit higher ranked.
For sure. But
I
if you
think
get the hang of it
right
now,
just,
it'll be better.
Just make sure that rotating backwards and rotating backwards correctly becomes like a second habit to yourself.
Right.
And like avoiding situations where you can't do anything at all. So
Right.
like when the ball's above you, or when you're right next to the ball and the ball's in front of you, or between you and the ball and the ball. Don't be in this situation. So yeah, I think you need to work on those the most.
Yeah.
And maybe pick up the wave dash.
Agreed.
I like it.
Agreed. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful, Paul, and everyone else watching it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.